Hello Nippies, welcome back. Hello everyone, if you're new here. Hi, I'm Nips, I'm an artist, and today, you read the title right, I am turning myself into a cartoon. This challenge has honestly been sweeping social media recently, and it's just such a cool challenge, and it was created by artist Rene Cordova over on Instagram. Go ahead, check him out, give him a follow. I just love it because we have so many memes in the art community, and one of them is the art v artist. It's where you kind of like put a picture of yourself in the middle and then you surround yourself with a bunch of your drawings. And I think one of the realizations from those is like a lot of the people look like their art. So I think this is just taking it a whole 80 steps further and kind of becoming your art. And I've seen so many really cool and interesting entries, and just to see a person with their art style in the same picture as opposed to side by side is just like such a new experience. And then getting to see how their art style meshes with them as a person is just really fucking cool. So let's get into it. All right, guys, here we go. Starting off with my default picture, which by the way, I opened this up and I had kind of like a file open already, which if you can read that, I don't know if that is going to be out by the time that this video comes out, so I guess you can kind of guess on what that even is. But anyway, so for this meme picture, I decided to just go with something a little bit simple, go with my usual pose, kind of pose front facing. I had seen many different versions of styles that had gone into this Tune Me. Not styles insofar as like art styles, but just styles insofar as how people chose to execute the tuned portions of the drawing. I saw many that did like a blend so that it's kind of seamless. I saw a lot of people do just a straight line down the middle. And I thought that for this one, it would be just kind of fun to do like an all around paint splatter slash drip situation. Now, my art style is something that I wasn't sure if it was gonna fit well with this meme. Not because I think there are art styles that don't fit well with the meme, but because I really hyper focus a lot on some semblance of anatomical realness. Having the picture there and kind of in combination with that tendency of my art style, I thought that people were just gonna think that I kind of just like traced it and did nothing. Like, I don't know. I didn't think that my art style was gonna do very well here. It's not that I like traced per se, because I feel like that's weird. I really don't know how I feel about my performance on this piece, but you guys definitely seem to love it over on Twitter and Instagram, and I really do appreciate it. This is just so fun. People always tell me, they're like, you look like your art style. And I'm always like, do I though? I don't know. And then I think in this, it was more so me kind of like forcing myself to realize, and I'm like, uh-oh, I kind of do. And here you'll see me like try to make it much less transparent so that I have less tendency to trace. But in the end, I still like, in my head, where I would place it was basically where the actual landmark was. And so I was like, okay, well, I guess this is just how my art style works, because I really tried not to trace. Like, I really tried super hard. I tried to just translate as much as I could, but my art style in general is just very, very semi-realistic. And so I do still try to keep the proportions of the person. And one of the things that I was trying not to do, which I mean, I inevitably did, I didn't want to make myself quote unquote prettier or like cooler, but I think I did. I mean, inevitably I didn't include any of the wrinkles really, because like I don't really put that in my art style, I guess. And then my brow looks so much cooler, my mouth looks so much cooler. I fixed the placement of my nose ring because it was kind of like on the side. So I don't know, I feel like I definitely made myself look slightly cooler than I do look in real life. So made my teeth whiter, you know, which side by side I probably shouldn't have done that. I probably should have matched it so that way it wasn't that obvious, but you guys will see that in the end. It's definitely very, very clear that I made my teeth whiter. So here, now that I'm done with the line art, I go ahead, set that to full opacity, and I start filling in my base colors. Now, I think here is where I start to wonder what direction I want to go in for the colors. I didn't know if I was going to go flat color cell shade, if I was going to do a soft cell shade situation. I really didn't know what would look best for this, and at the end of the day I think I just tried to keep it very, very simple. I also added a little effect to the mask area of like the little white cartoon tune area, where I wanted it to be obvious that there was a parting between the photo and the drawing, because I didn't want them to blend in too much. So I decided to add kind of like this nice like outer glow, and it was fun just kind of eyedropping one solid color for a lot of the clothing areas, just because it made it feel so much more cartoonish. Like when I think when I had the lines, I wasn't expecting to be too impressed about how it looked. Not because it was gonna be good, but because like, I just thought it was gonna look bad, honestly. But once I started adding flat colors, I feel like the whole meme started to come to life. I was like, wow, I really do feel like a cartoon. Like once the flat colors started coming in and I started adding gradients and I really started color matching and just really shading it and sketching it how I would an actual one of my sketches, was so surreal. I'm like, I'm literally coloring myself as if I was sketching a draw. It was just so weird. It's like, well, yeah, of course, Nips, you're turning yourself into a cartoon. Why wouldn't that be the case? But it's so weird once you actually do it, especially when they're both in the same picture. I'm definitely gonna have to throw up on the screen the art versus artist, where people, I definitely got those comments a lot where it's like, oh, you look like your art, and it's just me in the middle surrounded by my art. But like I said, guys, once it's in the same picture and you have to draw it and it's all like trying to blend together. Honestly, if you're an artist, I would 100% recommend this challenge to you. It's definitely an experience, let's call it that. It's an experience that I would 100% recommend for you to go through. I altered the little strings a little bit. I wanted them to come up and balance the drawing a little bit better. I wanted to add a little bit more of a cartoony feel, and I think just adding the strings falling off the page wasn't really doing it for me. So altered that a little bit. I can actually, because in my head, that was another thing that wasn't really, like, when I did the nose ring, I was like, yeah, like I can, because it's a cartoon, I can change it, because I hyper focus on reality, and I'm like, wait, I can literally just change this if I wanted to. So yeah, so I went ahead and did that, and tried to just match it, but still kind of keep it to my general color choices. Yeah, that was really fun. And then I start adding some gradients, because I really don't want to spend too much time on this. The whole point is to do it like my sketches. If you guys are from the stream gang, you guys will know #JustASketch. So I was really trying to keep it simple, just add some really nice gradients, some key shadows, key highlights. I went ahead and duplicated the line art layer, added some nice like color burn effects to it, some nice like cheek shadows, eyeshadow, shadows, some nose, lips, highlights, and everything. And then here I am just adding the final touches, did the glasses, gonna add some final piercing highlights, my lips, the collar, and then here just trying to figure out, last part of the puzzle, I guess, is figuring out what the background color is gonna be. And honestly, I ended up just defaulting to white because I think it just looked really cool. I don't know. I thought I kind of wanted to pick a fun saturated color, but honestly, at the end of the day, I think the white just looked cool, and I think I just tried to capitalize on how cool like the drip effect kind of looked. I removed it, but at the end of the day, I really just liked how like glowy, and it just looked like white paint kind of going everywhere. So I decided to go back and go with my initial idea and thoughts and themes. Zooming in, making sure everything is good. And that's it. That is the final piece. The final time for this was about an hour and a half. It was pretty quick. Definitely #JustASketch. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. We did it, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, join the Nippy family. the more the merrier. You know, you already have 2 nipples, you maybe 1, maybe none, but the more the merrier. And another extra amazing shout out to Rene Cordova over on Instagram for creating the amazing hashtag Tune Me challenge. Go ahead, give him a follow, check him out, and just go ahead and watch some more of my videos because you're already here. You might as well just check one out. Keep it going, keep the train going. Go ahead and click, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.